Niners faithful, today's episode carries genuine weight before we get into anything else, because the 49ers organization announced over the weekend that Aldon Smith has passed away at just 36 years old, and that news deserves the space it requires before we move into the rest of the show. Aldon was a player who dealt with real struggles with the law throughout his playing career. But everything we have learned about the years since his retirement painted a picture of a man who was genuinely turning his life around. He had become a meaningful part of the Bay Area charity community, and roughly an hour before he passed away, he was delivering pizza to homeless individuals in San Jose. He had just spoken to the 49ers rookies last week during rookie minicamp. Still welcomed by the organization, still connected, still showing up. Seeing that news appear on the timeline this weekend genuinely hurt. It cuts deep in a way that is hard to fully articulate. The football he played was simply extraordinary. Over 30 sacks across his first two NFL seasons is an unbelievable number under any circumstances. 14 as a rookie. 19 and a half in his second year. That production made him an absolutely massive part of what those 2011 and 2012 49ers defenses were able to accomplish. Defenses that helped carry this franchise back into championship contention after years in the wilderness. He was one of the most exciting players to watch from that entire era. 36 is simply too soon. Full stop. Rest in peace, Aldon Smith. Thoughts and prayers to his family and friends during what has to be an unimaginably difficult time. There is no smooth way to transition out of news like that, so this is going to be handled as gracefully as possible while still getting to the rest of what is happening with this team. Because the season is coming regardless, and there is real roster business to discuss. Let us talk about a name that has resurfaced in trade and free agent conversations. Could the 49ers actually reunite with Deebo Samuel, still sitting unsigned in free agency? The case for this move is genuinely compelling when you consider what this offense was missing last season. Toughness and explosive plays at the wide receiver position were real deficiencies, and over the last decade. No 49ers receiver has solved those two specific problems better than Deebo Samuel did during his prime. The gadget plays, the variety he added to the run game, the ability to be deployed in multiple roles, the explosive yards after catch ability on unscripted plays, those are foundational elements of an elite modern offense, and this roster was missing exactly that flavor last year. The case against is equally real and cannot be dismissed. He is older now. He is slower now. He is less durable now. His issues with drops have been well documented throughout his career, and he does not offer much help against press coverage or man coverage, which were specifically two of the bigger problems this receiver room dealt with last season. Adding him to an already crowded receiver room creates roster complications that would need to be carefully navigated, even though having a credible kick returner option again would be a real bonus. This is a genuinely complicated decision with real trade-offs on both sides, and it deserves continued discussion as the offseason progresses. Now let us continue with the roster ranking series because we are deep into the good players tier and rapidly approaching the top 10. Mac Jones at 16 might be the most notable inclusion in this entire segment because backup quarterbacks almost never rank this high or are not legitimately disruptive. The recovery road ahead is real, but the foundation of game-wrecking potential is clearly visible. Upton Stout at 14 continued the breakout trajectory that has made him one of the most fun young players on this entire roster. His bulldog mentality against the run combined with sticky man coverage ability made him one of the genuine stars of this defense by the end of last season, with his trajectory still pointing upward into the playoffs. Eddie Pinheiro at 13 represents one of the quieter but most important wins of the entire 2025 season. After years of instability at kicker, finally landing a reliable answer changed the math of countless games. Missing only one field goal attempt the entire season, and that miss coming on a 60-plus yard attempt at the end of a half that he nearly made anyway places him among the top 5 kickers in the NFL and represents a massive special teams upgrade for this organization. Ricky Pearsall at 12, just missing the top 10, reflects continued belief in a player whose talent has been evident since the moment he was drafted. Moving him into the Z receiver role this season should unlock the role he was always meant to play, an elite separator with outstanding hands who has built genuine chemistry with Brock Purdy on intermediate in cuts that have become close to automatic. The hope for more involvement in the shortened screen game, leveraging his explosiveness after the catch, represents real untapped upside heading into 2026. Demeco Lenoir at 11 rounds out this segment with the acknowledgement that he had a down year playing behind what was genuinely one of the league's worst pass rushes. Despite that context, he still accounted for roughly a third of the team's total interceptions. He remains a genuinely underrated number 1 cornerback who has not yet taken the leap to true stardom, and with a new defensive coordinator and hopefully improved pressure in front of him, that leap feels overdue and very possible in 2026. That leaves the top 10 rounded out by Dre Greenlaw, Mike Evans, Fred Warner, Christian McCaffrey, Colton McKivitz, Brock Purdy, Osa Odigizua, Nick Bosa, Trent Williams, and George Kittle, a collection that represents the genuine star power anchoring this roster heading into what should be a pivotal season. Drop your thoughts in the comments on the Deebo Samuel reunion possibility. Let us know who you would rank higher between Uchenna Nwosu and Michael Pruitt. And if you have not subscribed yet, hit that button right now. Thank you all for watching, and rest in peace, Aldon Smith. We will see you tomorrow.